In this video, you will learn how to scan documents for viruses, malware, trojans, ransomware, and spyware in Python using a simple API. This API currently references over 17 million virus and malware signatures, and it gets updated daily with new data. We'll find all the code we need to use this API on the Cloudmersive API Console. On the Virus API page, we'll find the Scan a File for Viruses API tab located right under the scan path. Within this tab, we'll find brief documentation describing the API capabilities, and we'll also have the option to try out a test version of this API within the console using a file from our system. Down below the example response value, we'll find code examples available to use the Cloudmersive Virus API client in 14 different programming languages and platforms, and we'll find the Python client second on that list. After selecting Python and clicking on the Install Python SDK dropdown, we'll locate the command we need to install Cloudmersive resources in our terminal. Below that, we'll find pre-formatted code examples ready to copy and paste into our Python file. To get started, we'll copy the installation command, head over to our environment, and paste the command in our terminal. In this example, I'm using Google Colab, which is just a hosted Jupyter Notebook service, to demonstrate this process. After we finish installing Cloudmersive resources, we'll head back to the API console, copy the remaining code below the installation command, and paste that in our Python file. We only need to make a few changes here to start scanning files. First, we'll need to configure our API key by replacing the placeholder string with our own Cloudmersive API key string. We can get a free API key by signing up for a free account on the Cloudmersive website. In Colab, I've already saved my API key as a user data secret, so I'm importing that into my file and replacing the placeholder API key string with the userdata.get method. After that, we just need to replace the input file variable with a path to the file we're scanning. I'll handle this in Colab through the Files tab by uploading an example file from my environment. I can't use a live virus test file, but if you have permissions in your environment, you can test this service with an iCar virus file from the iCar Foundation website. Once we've configured the API to scan our input file path, we'll run our code. As we can see here, our response object is really simple. It's just telling us that the file is clean, and it's ready to give us a nested object detailing the viruses it found if the file isn't clean. If we want to take actions based on the response body in our code, we can reference the clean result attribute directly from the API response object. In this example, we'll just add some code to print "file is clean" when the clean result attribute is true, and then we'll run our code again. And that's all there is to it. We can now easily scan files for viruses and malware while making minimal code changes to our Python application. If you have any questions after following along with this video, please feel free to contact a member of our team.